Angeles. Welcome to Good Morning LaLaLand. I'm Dr. Erin.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jasmine Moyer. This is Good Morning LaLaLand, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available on Apple TV and Roku. Good Morning LaLaLand.
Woo! That's a lot to say. It's all about Wealth Wednesday today. We are going to talk about the creativity, the wealth of creativity here. We have so many amazing interviews today, and the power of mentorship and internship.
Wealth Wednesday.
Yep.
All about learning.
Absolutely. I like to say I'm a closet entrepreneur. I'm in night school, and I'm so excited to welcome our panel of guests who have a lot to teach today. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good
morning.
Good morning. We have Iselfi Taylor. He is the face of LinkedIn, one of the top financial advisors in the country. Good morning, Iselfi.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. And celebrating the 25th annual anniversary of Walker, Texas Ranger. You
Woo.
guys. Cherie J. Wilson. Ah, hello, gorgeous. You look so beautiful today.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. And the Kaplan twins, can we say hot? All fire emojis just shooting off right now. Good morning, Allie and Lexi. How are you? So here at Good Morning LaLaLand, we like to know, how do you start your day? What's your morning routine like? Girls, I'd love to start with you.
The two of us. Morning routine.
Yeah.
I'd say like wake up, go to the gym, breakfast, maybe smoothies, studio, and then
straight to the
and
studio.
then in the studio like all day. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. That was like incomplete. So you're not, like,
Get used to it. We'll be doing it all morning.
yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh,
They're completely in sync.
yeah.
Two are adorable.
Cherie, what's your morning routine like? How do you start your day?
Well, depending on where I am, when I'm home, I start my day with a hike with my dog and fresh air and blue skies, sunshine, a little workout, smoothie, and start the day.
Oh, I love that. Love, love, love that. Selfie, what about you?
I'm an avid yogi, so I always start my day with vinyasa flow, yoga practice, and then into the office. I always say my office hours are from eyes open to eyes shut, so I'm always going. But yeah, always start with yoga and maybe some eggs.
I love it, right?
I love that common denominator.
There is.
Some of the most successful entrepreneurs and financial advisors always start their day with yoga, meditation, mantras.
Definitely a common denominator we got going on here.
Gonna
No
rest that
question.
mind.
I
Working
think
all
it's
day.
You know, they say, think and grow rich, right? Napoleon Hill. I think we've got a master in that. Well, we're so excited to talk to you more later in the show. Thanks again for being here, everyone.
I have to say those twins though. Okay, the other day on Sunday, I was kind of going through it. I don't know if it was a moon cycle, a whatever, like I was going through it. And I'm telling you, Sergio, just big shout out to you. He knows exactly what to do. He turns on YouTube onto the funny, you know, those funny like kid videos. Well, there's one on twins. And the twins, they're like hilarious, all these little baby twins doing all this, but they would hiccup at the same time. They would like, everything was like in sync. I was like, whoa, they're really still one, like coming out of the womb as one. I mean, the twins back there, I've never seen
It's
like
amazing.
it. They answered at the same time.
Yeah. I feel like we're working on that as a team here because we often have the same thoughts, the same, you know,
Oh,
colors.
absolutely. Erin and I weren't even together, but that moon was affecting me
Yeah,
the same
I was like,
way.
what's going on? I mean, I don't
need
know.
a little more Sergio in my life.
We all do.
I'm gonna have to call in the helpline. Well, I'm so excited. Yesterday I did a great photo shoot with Rochelle Godric. She's been sponsoring a lot of my looks here on the show. She's got a line called Renewal, and it is so feminine and so chic, so it was an absolute honor. I got to be part of that. So stay tuned. The next couple weeks we'll be sharing some of the pictures here on the show. Also on my Instagram, you can follow me at Jaslyn to see some of the behind the scenes for our show.
I saw some of the behind the scenes.
Right?
Liddy lit, Jazz, Liddy lit. I love it.
Leftover
It was good.
hair from
Yeah.
that shoot today. Thank you, Dry Shampoo. You changed my life.
Really, I know, no joke. Dry. What would we do without dry shampoo? Honestly.
You cut your hair like me. Just shave it right off.
And what would
So much
we-
work.
Exactly. What would we do without the community? The community that we've created here. It's been an incredible opportunity for us to grow as a team and for us to grow as a Focus TV family, right? So we wanted to talk about mentorship and internship.
Right, and I think that one of the things that I'm noticing being in the influential world, coaching world, spiritual world, is it seemed like everyone was doing solo entrepreneurship. And even though we've known for some time after like the book E-Myth and things like that, we've known that solo entrepreneurship doesn't work. Like clearly the stats are in, we know the results, and why are people doing it still? And I'm still trying to do things myself all the time. So I really want to talk about the power of mentorship and the power of internship. And we've been having some great interns. I don't even like the word intern, but really it's about collaborating. So stats show that if you have one internship, that it actually, your odds go up by 9 point something% of actually getting placed in a job. Because just as you have a degree does not mean that you're necessarily going to get a job, right?
Oh my gosh, what was your first internship, Rob?
Wow, you know, I didn't, my first internship was a hard knock of life under my father's direction, I'll be honest with you. Like, that was in and of itself an internship. But I actually never had an internship.
Really?
Yeah, I just had actual jobs. Like, I had lots of manual jobs because my dad believed that if I had to work really, really hard with my hands, like on my hands and knees, like every day, that I would eventually aspire to something beyond that, which was true. It, like, you know, so I would have loved to have an internship, and I didn't honestly know a whole lot about that when I was a kid. Like, growing up, I just didn't.
Wasn't even available.
Yeah.
My gosh.
What about you?
I went to, this is going to sound so cheesy, the University of Dreams. You guys,
Wow.
I found it online. I Googled
That's great, actually.
dream internship in Los Angeles, because here I was in Western Michigan. I was like, oh, I got to move to the West Coast. And the University of Dreams popped up.
Sign me up.
I signed up. I accepted the challenge. I'm sure you're all surprised. And I came to Los Angeles. I had the best summer of my life. I mean, I worked like crazy, but I played even harder. And it was actually right down the street at New Line Cinema here in West Hollywood on Robertson. And so that's probably why I love the Henry so much. It was the newsroom cafe, and every morning I'd get my boss breakfast, and I worked on their special events and publicity team. And I really got to see what the entertainment industry world was all about from the other side. I was hooked. But really, it was an incredible learning opportunity, and I'm so grateful. Candace McDonough, thank you for being an incredible mentor to me that summer, because it changed the entire direction of my career.
Right.
Wow, some things don't change. Work hard, play hard, the Henry.
Exactly. But it was so cool, because I really did kind of have a golden ticket into Los Angeles, and the perspective it gave me was vital. Of course, then I moved to LA and I had an adult, and it was not as easy as my internship. I will say that.
But I think that's the point. The point is to, you know, I think that it's a time in history where we're having one of the biggest shifts into entrepreneurship, and no one really has it figured out. I mean, even in entrepreneurship schools and college don't teach. I mean, you can't teach this stuff in school, right?
Yeah.
So the point is to reach out, and whether you want to get a mentor or be an intern or vice versa, I think it's an important conversation right now in history. And I just want to give a few places where you can do it. Obviously, we've got LinkedIn is a great place to reach out to people in your field that you're interested in. Indeed is a new platform I had never heard of that's great for that. Career fairs are another one, and then directly going to the company. So say you want to be in the entertainment industry or the fashion world, or getting a product online, whatever. Find somebody who's doing it well and reach out. There's lots of people that need help that would love to have you, do service, do an internship. It's a win-win.
I have a question for you, Erin, because I think it's really interesting when you're realizing, maybe if you have been a solo entrepreneur, I might need help to scale this up. I've plateaued. When do you feel okay accepting people onto the team and realizing maybe it's time for me to be a mentor, not the mentee?
Yeah, right. I think that's a great question, and I think it's a tricky thing, because some interns you don't pay them at all. Sometimes you do, whatever. And I think that you have to feel good enough by saying, I think I can really teach somebody something. Like, I feel like I can bring them in, show them the bigger picture, and they're going to learn and grow. If you're thinking, I just want them to shuffle my papers and do some filing for me, it's not fair, right? Totally. Unless you're going to be paying them. So I think there's a place where you ask yourself, is this a value to them, and can they be a value to me? And that's a management in of itself. So putting systems in place sometimes it can be a lot of work to take on an internship.
Well, a selfie is the
right?
king of systems in place, right?
That's right. Some things to say about that.
For sure. Let's ask them about it for sure. So let's take a little break. When we come back, we've got some incredible interviews all about Wealth Wednesday. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Focus TV studios in West Hollywood. I'm Jessica Moyer, host of LA Unscripted and co-host of Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show. And today I have the privilege to announce the latest issue of Focus magazine, and we're calling it the Empowerment Issue. These pages are filled with some of the most amazing personalities that are truly empowering others. On the cover is Ms. Kelly Gores, a filmmaker who's dedicated her work to empowering others to take charge of their own health and wellness and heal. We're also proud to feature Mr. Mark Teschner, a 9-time Emmy Award-winning casting director for General Hospital. I had the honor of interviewing Mr. Teschner at Prospect Studios, where he is empowering some of the most talented personalities in daytime television. It is an honor to feature Ms. Ellen Racketon, a 13-time Emmy Award-winning producer known for her work empowering others through The Oprah Show, and now in Red Table Talks. She is a true entertainment mogul, a loving mother, and an absolute empowerista. And speaking of empowerista, the creator of the Empowerista show herself, Ms. Alex Worley. And where can you find an LA dining experience that feels like home? Right in Encino on Ventura Boulevard. I had the honor of interviewing Chef Nigel at Davenport's, where it's good food, good friends, and great family. And Focus magazine readers now have a new morning routine. Bel Air has welcomed Mr. Warren Kalute, aka Chef Warren of Holy Juice, an incredible juice bar right at the Bel Air Glen Center. Also in this issue, Mr. Kim Vo, known as the best blonder in the business. No matter what celebrity he's working with, he always goes back to his roots. A special shout out to Ms. Lillian Garcia, who I had the honor to interview for the previous cover of Focus magazine. Part of her empowering tribe is From Music to Mindset with Arden Kaylin and Greg Sims with a practical goal-setting technique. And Elizabeth Winkler contributed a very empowering piece from Laura Wasser, who is changing the face with divorce because it's over easy. Also featured fellow TV host Ms. Lisa Torres, who's empowering us to live a very high vibe life. And not all heroes wear capes, and we're proud to feature Focus TV family member Ms. Sally Colon, the filmmaker behind Women Like Us documentary. And our travel editor, Ms. Wendy Brokaw, contributed a great piece about a chic hotel in the desert. Empowering us all to crack the code on social media, our friend, Ms. Emily Raber. And it was an honor to celebrate the 45th annual Daytime Television Awards. It was conscious conversation and red carpets, an epic week of glamour and giving back. I had the honor of interviewing some of the most prominent people and personalities in daytime television. A special thanks to Mr. Kent Speakman and Connect TV for partnering with Good Morning LaLaLand to empower us and entertain us. It's all empowerment in this issue of Focus magazine. We are the only magazine in the country that offers a full video library to complement our print features. Your favorite interviews are also available as a podcast on iTunes. I'm Jessamine Moyer, and for all of the entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment we share today, don't miss the latest issue of Focus magazine.
Welcome back to Good Morning LaLaLand. We are so excited to talk about Wealth Wednesday and the abundance of creativity in the house. This woman brought a lot of creativity to our homes for many, many years. Cherie Wilson, how are you? So glad that you're here today.
Very blessed to be here with you. I mean, what a team and what an experience.
What
so
a
blessed to have
light,
you.
yes, what a light you have been. Congratulations, we are celebrating and honoring the 25th anniversary of Walker, Texas Ranger.
That's
It's coming
incredible.
back to Get TV. If you don't remember the show, we have a look. Let's take a peek.
One fight at a time. And now, he's taking over Get TV.
So you better take this serious.
Chuck Norris is Walker, Texas Ranger.
If you get in my way, I'm gonna run right over you.
Your favorite lawman is back.
It's that damn Ranger again. Texas Ranger.
Weekdays starting this June at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on Get TV.
What an epic show that was.
Epic is the right word for it. I mean, talk about the greatest job in the history of life. I never knew what I was going to do any day. I mean, it's a full action show because it is Chuck Norris. But it also had a very spiritual tone to it as well. And we were a family, a real close-knit family. And I think that's the success of the show. And that's why 25 years later, even though it seems like yesterday, I can't believe it's been 25 years.
It was yesterday. It was yesterday.
I think so. But I mean, one day I'd be landing a 747. The next day I'd be being chased by a bear. I'd be rappelling down a cliff, whitewater rafting. Oh, and I was the DA, so I would go to the office too.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so often just in the arms of Chuck Norris himself. What was your experience like working with him?
He is an angel. As tough and rough and tough as he is exactly who you think he is. He is a great family man. He's very spiritual. He is the world karate champion for 8 years in a row, fighting at Madison Square Garden. And he's a proud American. And he really is. He cares about this country. He has a foundation of kicking drugs out of America, teaching inner city kids to belong to karate and not a gang.
Wow. But I think that your character and the show in general, I mean, it was a good and a bad thing because it made like all of us want to have these action-packed, like drama-filled, like, and then you grow up and you're like, wait a second, this isn't really life. Like, it's kind of mundane around here. I gotta make this happen, right?
I don't know. It kind of suited my personality because I grew up in Boulder, Colorado. And I had horses, and I was skiing, and I was hiking, I was biking, and I was just living a world of fantasy. My sister and I would go saddle up. They say, be home before dark. I mean, when can you do that now in this day and age? It's kind of sad. But we just made up stories. Oh, the Indians are chasing us. We gotta go. Water your horses. Oh, water. I mean, I became an actress from, I think, my childhood.
That's so great.
It is.
So what's it like? I mean, you're the most gorgeous woman. I mean, I can't believe how radiant you are. It's incredible. So tell us your secrets. We want to know.
Drink a lot of water.
I've got water instead of coffee today.
Drink a lot of water. Start my day with 2 full glasses of lemon water before I even think about a cup of coffee or anything else. And I just ate right. You just eat right. I like real food. I don't like sugar. I'm not a dessert person. And you know, my mother, we grew up fishing and with camping, and so my dad would smoke some trout. So if we wanted a snack, she would say, "Here's an orange," or "Go get a piece of, go have a trout." That was my snacks growing up. So I had really good role models. Thank you, Mom and Dad. You're so sweet.
We know it's not easy to maintain a good work-life balance in Hollywood. We watched you for years on Dallas, and being a part of daytime television ourselves, increasingly hard to maintain that balance for myself. How do you do that?
You know, it's really, for me, I had such a strong sense of self and family. And I always wanted a family. I wanted to raise my children. I wanted to work full time. So I had my son Luke on the set of Dallas, and not on the set.
And you have a work family as well. Like, look at that. Family of daytime television is a family.
Look at the fur.
It's Dallas.
Dallas.
Yes.
Dallas has had
like
its 40-year anniversary.
That's incredible.
Amazing.
So I've been on 2 iconic, very classic shows. Speaking of my charmed life, and no, it's been tremendous. You do spend 12 hours a day with your family at work, and so typically you sometimes spend more time with them than you do your own family. And it's nice to love the ones you work with.
Yes.
And I get to.
and you've got a new project right now, Driving Miss Daisy. Tell us about it.
I was going to segue into that because I get to work with Clarence Gilliard, my co-star from Walker, Texas Ranger. And Clarence came and asked me, he left the world of television and he was getting his master's while we were doing the program. And he's now the professor at UNLV teaching acting theater. So Clarence came to me one afternoon and he said, "Cherie, I've got something for you." I said, "Yes." He goes, how about doing a tour of Driving Miss Daisy with me? I was like, what?
Yes!
He had been doing it with the Neil Simon Festival, Richard Bugg, and they had been doing it in the at the festival every summer. And they decided, well, let's see if we could take this out on a national tour. And they called New York, and we got our booking agent, and Roger Neil helped us get everything organized. And we went into rehearsal. We were having so much fun. I know Goldie Hawn said you're the ingenue, then you're the district attorney, which I was on Walker, and then you're Driving Miss Daisy. So I kind of done it all.
Yes.
So what does that look like? How can we watch that?
Well, you can go to simonfest.org. We are hitting different cities all over the country. We've been in we'll go out for North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Tampa, and then come home. We'll go to Michigan and Wisconsin and come home. We're gonna go, we just did 5 days in Dallas, and it was so much fun. It was like old home week. The place was packed, and everybody, all my crews, everybody was there. It was so rewarding.
It's just incredible to me when I think about your career and having seen you in so many different places, Dallas and Walker, Texas Ranger, and now Driving Miss Daisy. What would you say is the secret, or been the secret of your success? It sounds like having fun is maybe part of it. But
well, I always have fun,
yeah.
But it's hard work, and I'm not afraid of hard work. And it's a commitment to, get up and be present and do your best every day. And when you love what you do, it's so easy to show up and shine and let other people shine. And just, it's a beautiful exchange, or it has been for me.
Was it always that easy for you?
I know I've had a really charmed career. But no, I mean, I went to New York. My dream was to be an actor. My parents thought acting was, what? That's not a career. I was a pretty good student, so I had to go to college, and then the minute I graduated, I catapulted to New York, and I used modeling at that time as a springboard to get me there, and then I started studying theater, and I spent 3.5 years in New York studying and honing my craft and doing commercials.
What was your first commercial, the first acting job you got?
The very first acting job, now I'm going to forget which commercial it was. Oh, this is terrible. I shot 18.
Well, no wonder you can't remember.
I shot 30 commercials in 18 months.
Wow.
That's a great hit rate right there.
I dare say that is overnight success.
Right?
Well, I pinch myself sometimes, and I say my prayers of gratitude, and that's you asked me how I start my day. Before I get out of bed, my meditation is I go through my gratitude list, and it starts my day off perfect every day.
Smart woman, gotta say. You're definitely shining the light. So we're going to be watching you.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to live vicariously through you.
Well, it's been fun. It's been a great adventure, and it's not over yet.
Right.
No, we're
Thank you so
excited
much.
to watch Walker, Texas Ranger on Get TV, and of course, I cannot wait to see you in Driving Miss Daisy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more on Good Morning LaLaLand. Stay tuned. I'm Jessa Moya, co-host of Good Morning LaLaLand with my associate producer,
Victoria Simone.
and we are coming to you live from Bel Air, absolutely La La Land.
Yes, speaking of La La Land, who was on Good Morning La La Land?
This week was incredible. We got motivated by Natalie Ellis.
Yes, the OG boss babe.
And we perfected our tribe with Lori Harder. She's got a great new book
Called A Tribe Called Bliss.
We talked to a great lifestyle dating coach, Miss Therese Germain.
Founder of The Compass.
We also had on Stephen Barber. He
Yes.
is the founder of Vanilla Sky Productions.
Yes, and former military man.
We also featured Miss Sally Cologne.
Yes, she's a female director, producer, and documentarian, and a member of the Focus TV family.
We also had an incredible psychic reading with a world-renowned intuitive psychic, Rebecca Fearing.
Yes.
And we chose love with Seb Devo.
We also learned to let it go with our girl Shafali in the house. Let's look at a clip of her singing.
Emoji.
You were my sky, I was your prize. Was she worth the ride? Yeah. All this time, thought you were mine. lying, yeah. I've been telling myself what I already know, yeah. Already know, yeah. Something about you got me so twisted. We could have ruled the world, baby, admit it. 'Cause baby, you know I'm yours. Baby, you know I'm yours. It's hard to let you go, yeah.
What? Love that song. That girl can sing. Yes. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in La La Land. It's gonna be a good morning, La La Land. I mean, clearly. Bye, guys.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are live from Los Angeles with two of the hottest artists on the scene, the Kaplan twins. Good morning, Alexia.
Good morning.
Thank you
for having us. Yeah,
here.
thank you for having us.
You guys are so chic. We can't even stand it.
Oh,
Like, honestly.
chic. I mean, it's early for us. So.
We've seen some of your art next door at the Art Angels.
Yes.
And you've got a new show coming up in the Hamptons, right? Tell us about it.
So the Hampton show, that's going to be the 4th of July weekend. It's the first weekend though, so
No, the weekend after. The 6th.
Is it?
Yeah, the 4th.
No, you know what? She's right. So it's the 6th, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and we have some work in the art fair there. It's what is
Market
it?
Art and Design.
Market Art and Design
In Bridgehampton.
And then we're doing an art show. We have 5 pieces that are going to be at Montauk Beach House with Roman Fine Art. So we're super excited about that.
And that's the 6th. Yeah.
And then we're doing like a pool party.
Wow.
To like kick off. Launch it.
So are you guys usually always together? Because I mean, when you guys answer, you answer like
At the same
We
time.
like hijack each other's sentences.
Yeah,
I think.
we don't let each other speak.
So I'm wondering then, who was the genius behind your idea to start these like provocative paintings and your foray into art, or was this something you did
You know, it's
together?
kind of
It's
a
like a
joint
team.
collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say like Allie's kind of the creative scatterbrain one, and I'm
And then
kind
you're
of
like the driving force behind
yeah,
it.
I'll organize us and pull us together and be like, Allie, like
This is how we have to make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love following you guys. Let's talk about this. So the millennials are like gluten. Nobody really knows what they are.
But people love
People love to hate them. Yeah.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate.
It is. Okay, what are we looking at here?
That's sushi, and we actually asked our Instagram audience.
We didn't know what text to use, so we're like, who better to ask than our audience directly? So we said, hey guys, you know, like we really need some help with this piece. We don't know what to write on it. And then we got so many amazing comments. We ended up going with sushi is cheaper than therapy, which is just true. Which is true.
Not true. Depending on the sushi,
Depending on my meal at Sugarfish, it probably could
Right.
And sushi listens better.
Right, sushi does listen better.
Makes you feel better.
It does make you feel better.
Who have been some of your inspirations? I've read that Warhol.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely Warhol.
in the
Definitely,
way-
I think like the artists really like in the 70s, 80s who were like very much like the face of like their own work, and people knew them and their art, and like I
And
think
their
we
brands,
I
yeah.
think we feel like artists today aren't really represented in the same way, especially young artists. So we're just trying to change that and really make people our age familiar with art and really just like appreciate it and make it feel relatable
And fun, yeah.
And fun, yeah.
So you went to New York University, and now you're
Yes.
in La La Land. So
Yes.
what is that like? What do you think about? What's the difference?
I love LA.
I love it too.
I always wanted to live here, and I said to my mom, you know, I actually wanted to go to school in LA, but I'm glad we went to school in New York because New York was amazing. But I said, Mom, the second I graduate, I am moving out to LA. And she
And it
knew
took her like 6 months to
And
actually
then-
realize that we were serious.
Right, and
She's
then
like,
she
are you
followed
ever
us.
coming back to New York? We're like, no.
No, we're not.
We're here.
And then she followed us here.
Yeah.
Smart.
I just love that.
Yeah.
Where do your best creative ideas come from?
I think a lot of what we see on Instagram, social media, a lot of what people our age are talking about, like a lot of,
commenting on.
right, we do a lot of like pop culture objects. Like we did a painting of a Yeezy, and it says, shit, I just spilled kombucha on my Yeezys. Can I say shit?
Yeah, you're good.
Over to LA.
Yeah, I think a lot of our work is also inspired by LA. So I think if we were living in New York, the work might be a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the culture's a little bit different.
People say that you two really know how to live. What's your secret?
I mean, I think we just have fun, and we have each other, and like whenever I'm like, oh, like what are we doing? Like, and Lexi's like, no, like we got this, we gotta keep going, and like we just have each other to like really motivate and like support one another. And I think we really do just have fun. Like we go to the studio, we play our music, we paint,
two of us,
and I'm like, this is the dream. Like I love it.
I really feel like I need a twin now.
I
You
know.
really convinced me. I never thought about it before, but I feel very strongly about that. So
It's like your built-in best friend.
And show everybody your tattoos.
Yeah, so we got tattoos yesterday.
They're really little. I'm like, where are
Yeah,
they?
they're really little. But mine says Lexi and hers says Allie.
But you're Allie, you're Lexi.
Yes.
And thank you to Winterstone for doing that.
Yes, he's
cool.
amazing.
So I was talking about earlier, I literally watched these little kid videos on YouTube of the twins, and it is amazing to watch how in sync. And listening to you guys, and there was this one video where the twins were just like literally cracking up back and forth. Like one would crack up, then the other would crack up. And I was thinking, is that like, do you guys get in like good moods and then bad moods? Do you, like when someone's down, does the other person get down?
I would think so. I think we feed off of each other's energy. But when we were babies, we definitely. I remember there was this one video.
Yeah, I remember the video.
And we're like
popping out of the door,
like peekaboo behind the door, and every time we look at each other, we just like crack up hysterically.
Yeah. Well, I remember also they wouldn't let us be in some classes together in school because once we start laughing,
we can't stop. We can't stop. Like, if you ever see those videos of like the two friends laughing and they just cannot, that is
that's us
on a daily basis.
What about love and dating, though?
Yeah, what does it look like?
It's really, we both have boyfriends now, but when one of us is single, it's like not good because it's like the three of us end up dating. Like I want to go to the movies with my boyfriend, but then nope, Lexi's coming along. So I think when we're both either single at the same time or in relationships at the same time, it's just like
a little more balanced.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of approve. The other one's got to really
Yeah. I mean, because she's really number one.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
And that's why you got the tattoo.
Exactly. That's why it says Lexi.
They'll
Get
never
an Edel name on there.
Where do you girls see yourself in like the next 5 years? What's the game plan?
The game plan would really just to be
to continue building our work, to continue growing, to keep doing what we're doing, and really just have our art, like be in more art fairs, be in more galleries, get our work into museums, just have it everywhere.
And also break into, TV, stuff like that.
Movies, modeling. We like to do a little of everything.
Yeah, we just we are very creative people, so I think it's fun just to tap into a little bit of everything.
Did you believe you could make a career out of art when you were young?
When we were young, I don't know. I think it was right when we graduated college, and we're like, if we want this, we really just have to go for it. So we started, just making our work, posting it on Instagram. We started an Instagram.
We were in a friend's basement,
we were working
garage.
Out of
It was
the smallest. There were no windows. There were no lights.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we just really have to do it. And we said, let's just keep going for it. And then it just really started to.
We just started putting it out there.
It started to happen. And then that's when we were like, okay, we're obviously not where we want to be yet. Still, we're still we're still on the journey. But we know we'll get there, and it's just never going to stop.
Yeah.
But we really just did, work for it, and we worked really hard at it.
How do you guys stay balanced and centered? I mean, do you meditate? Are you spiritual?
I think we are spiritual.
I think so, and I think we go. I try and go to the gym every morning.
Every single morning.
I think that
just because we're working, we're on our feet.
It clears my mind a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, my mom always said to us, it's like power of intention. So if you just believe it and put it out there, then
it'll happen.
Yeah, believe it into existence.
Right.
What are you believing for right now?
Just for life and our careers and success and happiness and health and everything. And just put it out there. Yeah.
I love Definitely see you guys at Art Basel.
Yes.
Well, we did. We were there.
Yeah.
In
a couple months
December.
ago. December. Yeah. We did a performance at the Delano Hotel.
We do
with
these performances called "Sad on Your Face," where we'll sit on, we'll paint a celebrity's face, and then we'll sit on it with paint on the canvas.
Yeah.
And so we do custom ones. So if you send in your face on our website, then we'll paint it. So we did that performance there. Yeah.
So how would you sum up if you were to say what kind of art do you guys do? How do you sum that up?
I would say it's a little pop, maybe pop culture art or Instagram art, but for our generation. So
right.
I don't know. I think
but
it's
also
kind of
performance.
Yeah.
It's a little of everything.
It's kind of a new wave.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know if there's really a term for it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll start a new movement.
Exactly.
Yeah, Kaplan movement.
Right?
Exactly.
I love that. Well, it's really interesting, fascinating. You guys are fantastic.
Thank you.
Tell everybody where they can follow you and buy your art.
So on Instagram, we're the Kaplan Twins. And then we have our website, www.thecaplantwins.com.
Yeah, and we also have our work in Art Angels right now and at Roman Fine Art in the Hamptons this summer.
Nice.
So.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So cool.
Fun.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
We're excited for
Stay
your
tuned, you guys.
Thank
We'll be
you.
right back.
Hello, Los Angeles. I am your host and producer, Alex Worley, filming inside Focus TV's West Hollywood studio. Welcome to Empowerista, a show dedicated to highlighting female trailblazers and empowering you to turn your barriers into opportunities. Hey guys, my name is
Welcome to Good Morning
Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram,
Thank you for having me, Alyssa. This is so fun.
I know.
What's up, Wednesday, girls? I'm Jessica Carroll. Today we're going to have so much fun because we have fitness personality Katie Austin. Hey, thanks for having me. Cheers. I love it. It feels like a Saturday.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Normal Life. I'm your host, Laura. Today we are joined by the very beautiful former Miss California and now a TV host. I'm so excited to be here.
You are tuning in to Slay with Rachel McCourt, and I have a fabulous guest.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to be having a Wealth Wednesday conversation with Selfie Taylor, one of the top financial advisors in the entire country. What a credit that is.
What? Amazing. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Thank
you might
you.
also recognize the selfie as the face of LinkedIn.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
How did
Yes.
that
Yeah.
Like,
How does that happen?
Random, really. I got an email in Facebook, and there was a casting director reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm casting a commercial for LinkedIn. You want to be in it?" So I almost immediately just think it's spam, right? So just gonna delete it.
Right.
And but what caught my attention, she said, "Oh, I've also tried to email you on LinkedIn, but I didn't hear back." So I'm like, "Ah, at least it's a real person,
Yeah.
right?" So I respond, and long and the short of it, they said they're looking for a financial advisor, and would I audition? So I said, okay. And once the audition happened, I was like, oh, that's mine, right?
Yeah, you
So yeah, literally a month later, they're shooting at my home, in my office, and the commercial ran nationally for about 4 months, and it was a tremendous exposure. So it was great. Yeah.
So you're obviously a spiritual man. We talked about that earlier,
Yes.
and it's interesting because it's. I think it's a real clear time in history for spirituality to claim the birthright of prosperity, hence finances. So what does it mean for you? What does your industry mean for you as far as empowering and your mission?
Yeah, I think it's important. I always say if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it with amazing accuracy, right? So
Touche.
it's really my job to simply give people the information to make educated decisions, right? And really identify, okay, where do you want to be, and then help them in an action plan. The average person is financially illiterate, and right? And it's not because they're not smart or they don't want to plan. It's just, where do you learn these things, right? Where do you learn about insurance and investments and taxes and real estate, right? So I just try to demystify these things for clients and then just educate and empower people, and then
where did you learn?
the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you say school, bro?
Yeah. I graduated top of my class, right?
No doubt.
You know, I graduated magna cum laude with a degree in business administration, and I didn't know 99% of this stuff until I was in it, doing it, right? And so my clients are the direct benefactors of me being in this business for 18 years, but not only my experiences, I can draw on all the meetings and things that I've learned from other clients as well and bring that to the table, right? So again, it's not rocket science, but it's like trying to drink from a fire hydrant, right? There's just so much coming at you. It's hard to take it all in, so.
Wow, it's profound. It's interesting what you say about the MBA program. I went to an MBA program, and I expected one thing, and I got out and I realized I didn't really learn what I thought I was going to learn. You know, I sort of learned how to be a mid-level manager. And my dad always had an expression like, never let your schooling get in the way of your education.
Right.
And so I hear a lot of what you're saying is, you know, you're sharing things that people might not get, or probably don't get, through school or other means, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people all the time, I think I'm the biggest failure they've ever met. I tell people, how can you say that? And I'm like, well, I just continue to fall, and I learn from those experiences, and then get better, right? And try not to repeat those mistakes. But to the extent that we can share our stories and our insights with people and help them avoid some of those pitfalls, I think that's my mission in life.
I admire your ability to fail fast, if you will.
Yeah.
How do you remove the fear from fail?
I think I have a greater fear of failure than I do have a desire to succeed, if that makes sense, right? So like success is great, but it's just failing and not being able to meet obligations. That's what really drives, me. One thing, being in business for some time now, I just truly believe in the process, right? I live by this adage, givers get, right? By sharing and helping and being authentic, I just believe that the money, the business, it will come, right? And so I literally just try to, build relationships with people, help people, and I think it just all, I don't know, the universe has a way of working it out.
So where do you think the line is between, some people are like, I just want to hire a financial advisor, I don't want to think about it, versus like, they need to be educated somewhat, even just to make the decisions with you. So how do you balance that? How much do you educate your clients versus making the decisions for them?
Yeah, some people are like, hey, Sophie, here's my money, and just I hope it works out. Call me later, right? And that's great. I mean, I understand there's a great degree of trust that has to be there, and even when I do take the time to explain every nuance of a plan, people are like, it's a lot. I meet people at their level, right? So the person that says, I want to understand everything, peel back the layers and give it to me, I'll meet them at their level. If they say, just give me the Cliff Notes version, right? I just want to understand kind of a gist, then again, I'm gonna meet them at their level and give them what they need. So I realize it doesn't really matter what I think, it doesn't matter what I want, it only really matters what the client wants, what the client needs, and then I build plans, accordingly.
But you've become one of the top in the entire industry here in the United States. How did you do that? What was that climb like for you?
I started in the business at 22 years old, right? And I was asked, in the initial interviewing process if I want to be a financial advisor, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like, what is that, right? You hear that?
Sounds cool.
Right? The guy interviewing me was wearing a suit and it was a nice building, so I was like, I
can't be that bad.
That, right? And it wasn't really until I got into the industry that I realized what I would be doing, and I really just realized, like, I'm just really a problem solver. Right? I'm connecting with people, finding out where they want to be, and helping them solve problems and putting people together. And so, again, I wish I could say I had this epiphany, and I was like, this is exactly what I should do with my life, and this is exactly how my career will go. Anything but, right? Like, I failed and failed and failed and failed. But it's like the Chinese proverb, right? Fall 7 times, stand up 8, right?
I find that so reassuring.
So tell us about your book. You've got the experts, the unique benefits of working with top professionals.
Right.
What would they learn?
Yeah, so we had a book that came out this past December. It's on Amazon, get your copy. I did it as a collaborative book, in that I know a lot about a little bit, right? So you talk about financial planning, that's one little aspect, but you've got, taxes and real estate and law. And so I brought in other professionals that know a lot about a little bit to each contribute a chapter to the book, right? So the layperson can read it and just get some basic insights for a playbook for life, if you will.
Right. I loved Rich Dad Poor Dad and all that. That was like such an influence in my own development of my entrepreneurship and investing. What would you recommend for people? How would they educate themselves? Come into you, read your book, anything else that you would recommend for people?
I mean, technology and the internet's great, right? The bad thing is you're gonna find what you're looking for. Meaning, if you put in, why is something good? You're gonna find a slew of articles. If you put, why is this bad? Also, and then it comes down to, well, who's right? Right? And so I always come from more of a spirit of just education, more so than saying everyone should do this or everyone should do that. No, here's how real estate works, or here's how mutual funds work, here's how insurance works.
Here's what crypto actually means.
Right. Like, now what do you want to do? Now that you know that, right? I say an educated makes the best decisions, right? So now that you've been educated, how do you want, how do you want to proceed? But yeah, it's fun because no 2 days for me are the same, right? I'm meeting, I always say I'm shaking hands, kissing babies every day, and meeting people, and the only thing that's consistent is gonna be my effort. I'm gonna be out there, I'm gonna really, again, try to build genuine relationships with people and let the chips fall where they may.
What's the hardest part of that, though? The hardest part of what you do?
I think the hardest part about what I do, or what most people look at and they would have the most angst about, is what I look forward to the most, and it's the unknown, right? If I told you, hey, you're gonna work for 12 hours today, and you have absolutely no idea what you're gonna make, right? Most people go, I pass on that, right? And for me, I love it. I love that I'm not limited. I love that I'm not capped. I love that a new relationship I create today might change my life, and so that's what I look forward to. I think the hardest part for people is just that rejection, right? You know, meeting people, and people are going to do things in their own time for their own reason, and to know, like, I want you to buy, I want you to invest, or I want you to start planning today, and that person might have something different, right? A different idea, a different mindset, right? And so to know that you're going to fail more than you succeed, I think is probably one of the harder things. But I liken it to baseball, right? A baseball player that bats 300 is an all-star, right? If you bat 300 for your career, right, you'll be a Hall of Famer. But in actuality, that person's up to bat 10 times, they're getting on base 3, they're failing 70% of the time, but they're still considered a great. My industry is very much the same, right? I'm gonna fail and hear no and have people put me off more than not, because no one wakes up in the morning like, you know what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna buy some mutual funds, get my estate plan, get some tax funds, right? Like, nobody wakes up like thinking like I'm gonna do that. So it's really imperative that I get out and shake people up.
But I think that it's an interesting thing, because I think people think investing in financial things is separate, and it's not at all. Like, even if you're building your business, you need to think of, is it an asset, or do you have to just work for per hour? Like, there's a whole mindset around all of it that I think that as people educate themselves in one area around finances, it goes into all their areas. Yeah.
It all, to your point, it all permeates. It's the same, whether it's investing in traditional stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Even I tell people, when you have your own business, that's like a stock. Meaning it can go up 20-30% this year, it can go down 20-30% this year, and how do you mitigate risk? How do you plan, you know, and for taxes and asset protection and the like? So it's all related, all related.
Well, such cool work.
Yeah, really cool. Yeah, thank you.
How can people find you?
You can find me, my financial website is taylorinsfin.com, so taylorinsfin.com. My name is unique, right? Isilfi. My father's from Ghana, West Africa, so Isilfi is a Ghanaian name, means son of God. So I got a lot to live up to.
I love that. And it reads like easy life, and we believe in names. I don't know how I'm feeling about this one.
I wish it was so easy, but you can find me there. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, obviously, so yeah.
Cool.
Love to connect.
So
my gosh.
Great work.
And you can read his book. You can buy your copy on Amazon.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all your work.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Thank you.
Hello, Los Angeles. I am your host and producer, Alex Worley, filming inside Focus TV's West Hollywood studio. Welcome to Empowerista, a show dedicated to highlighting female trailblazers and empowering you to turn your barriers into breakthroughs.
Hey guys, I'm Amy Paprath.
And I'm Justin Walter.
And this is What's Good, the show that's dedicated to positive, uplifting stories from all over the globe.
Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessamine Moye.
And we're making history as the first live streaming daily talk show.
This is where all kinds of shit happens.
Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live, Los Angeles, at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Alyssa Goodman Show. So Kelly, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Alyssa. This is so fun.
I know.
What's up, Rose girls? I'm Jessica Carroll. Today we're gonna have so much fun because we have fitness personality Katie Austin.
Hey,
we're
thanks for having me on.
with
Cheers.
Katie Austin.
I love it. It
Cheers.
feels like a Saturday.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Millennial Life. I'm your host, Laura Odegaard, and today we are joined by the very beautiful former Miss California and now a TV host, Natasha Martinez. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You are tuning in to Slay with Rachel McCourt, and I have a fabulous guest In studio with me is Liza Glukoff. She's just been named executive producer of programming at Awesomeness TV. I mean, no big deal, but huge. Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Are we so excited right now?
We are so excited.
I mean, we have roses, we have perfect lighting, we've got some Spa Girl vodka in case we get a little crazy.
Hey, Dr. Erin here, teaching universal law and spiritual truth, having a conscious conversation in the heart of Hollywood. And I'm honored to have the guest today, who is Christina Pascucci, who is amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's an honor to be here with you. I so appreciate it.
Today on Moms Matter, we're going to talk about money, 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 something that we all struggle with and we need help with, and that's why we have the fabulous Winnie Sun, who's here with us today.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. I know you've been on MSNBC and Forbes, and you are the money expert.
Welcome back to Wealth Wednesdays on Good Morning La La Land. Boy, we've had a fantastic full day of conversations, and today we have a question of the day. I know for me, I have a very strong belief that what you appreciate appreciates, increases in value. And so the question of the day for all of you is, what do you most deeply appreciate? What's on your gratitude list?
Well, I start my gratitude list, of course, first with my children. And I have both my parents still with me and my family. And I then Vince my prince, of course.
Vince your prince.
Vince my prince. And my friends. And really this charmed life, this career that I really set out to be in the creative world, and it supported me. And I've worked hard. I've had Hollywood, you don't get a lot of rejections. No, not at all.
right, yeah.
Too tall, too short, too blonde, too not.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you really believe you can do it, you do.
Love that.
Don't quit. Don't ever quit on your dreams.
Amen. Thank you. What about you?
Health. I think that's super important to have the strength to wake up every day and to do my yoga and to see clients and travel and speak and help people. I think I wonder when I'm going to break down or get tired because I'm running so hard, but I've been blessed with health, and so I think, I don't know that anyone's ever on their deathbed wishing they had more money, right? And so I think it's that health and wellness that I really appreciate.
Love that.
Yes.
What about the twins there?
I would say family and each other. Our mom, who's so supportive of us, our dad, who's so supportive, moved across the country to be with us. She did, yeah.
How did you make that happen? I want to make that happen.
She followed us.
Yeah.
She followed. Like, I did it for you. We're like, okay, yeah, you did. But yeah, I think just, waking up every day, having the support of your family, friends, and just loving what you do. Like we really love what we do. We're so excited about it, so passionate about it every day, and like it really doesn't, I mean, it's obviously so much hard work and it's always going to be a lot of work, but it's exciting. It's exciting and it's fun, and I think that's what I'm most excited about, is that I wake up every day and I really do what I love, and I do it with someone who I love. So I think so.
What intention do you set for yourselves? Do you create this as like a group mindset? Our intention for the day is this, or do you think you maintain that individually?
I think we always, I don't know if we have like an intention for the day. I know we're definitely like, okay, we have a certain like checklist of like, these are the things that we need to get done.
I think we know what we want to accomplish each day, and we set out to do that.
Right.
So, and we know what we want to accomplish, you know, for the year and for the next year. And so every day it's working to build our goal.
Set those goals.
Yeah.
Do you write down goals?
My whole thing, I think one thing that's super powerful that I learned early on in my career is understanding the difference between goals and desires, right? And goals are things that we work for that have a definitive timetable of completion that are within our control. And desires are things that we hope for, that we pray for, that don't have a definitive timetable of completion, that are outside of our control. And I think a lot of us will mistakenly categorize our desires as goals, meaning, oh, I want to be a multimillionaire, I want to be a movie star, I want to be, you know, an artist. Well, that's actually your desire. The goals are the things you control. For example, like I'm gonna do, you know, 3 auditions every week, or I'm gonna take these classes, or I'm gonna save my money, or I'm gonna write a business plan. Those are the things I control, right? And so I don't worry about the year, I don't worry about the quarter, the month, the week. My whole thing is just win the day, right? Crush today, right? Yeah. When I wake up in the morning, give it all, you know, leave nothing on the table. When I rest my head on the pillow, say, okay, I did everything that I could do today, and then I think the results, you know, we'll see how it goes.
See how you crush that financial edition.
I do think that creativity is, I mean, for me, I value it the most out of life, and I do think that if we don't have our health, that creative factor, like, it goes away, right? And so just knowing and acknowledging you guys, like how your creativity is so important, and you guys are touching so many lives in so many ways, and in ways we never even can imagine, right? So thank you all so much for bringing your gifts, your creativity to this beautiful, sprinkling this canvas of life, for sure.
So true. I thought what you said earlier too, there about sort of, you know, like if you want to be any, like the difference between sort of goals and desires. And a part of it for me too is like making my goals sort of process oriented as opposed to like results driven. So it's like, oh, if I want to be a movie star, I want to be a financial advisor, like what can I do today towards that end, you know? Or
focusing on what you control.
Absolutely.
Right?
There's
so
everything right there. Yeah.
That we don't.
Ray Dalio, have you been watching Ray Dalio on LinkedIn? He's doing a great job of the principles and how he, you know, he has the largest fund in America, I think it's correct. And he's like, I realized that all these goals were just really the things that developed me. So the goals are really just things that are just helping develop us. And if we're not giving back through educating or giving your art to the world or entertaining people, then it's really just for nothing. I mean, you know, it's not fun unless we share it. For sure.
Did you guys ever consider giving up doing what you're doing now? Like, was there a point in time where you ever?
Nope.
You always knew. Yeah. And you guys always knew.
I always said to Allie, like, we're on the train, and the train is just going to keep going. It doesn't matter if it's going, you know, 5 miles an hour or 10 miles an hour or whatever. It's going, and there's no getting off it.
Yeah. Love that.
I call it, I have the sickness, right? Like, I can't be here, right? Like, and I'm going, you know, it's like, there's a 1 in a million chance this will work, and I'm like, so you're saying?
Yeah, so you're saying. I am so glad, because I sometimes I wonder if I'm a little delusional in that, because I strongly believe it. If there's that 1%, I'm gonna do it.
Well, everyone great is a little.
I believe in that completely.
Right?
Yeah. Be delusional. Yeah, it's way too small sometimes. I'm just all about delusion. I'm sorry. It's working for me.
Well, we are Good Morning LaLaLand, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. We're also now available on a podcast on iTunes.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. Please like, share, and comment. We're waking up the world together. Have a wonderful day and enjoy Wealth Wednesday.
It's going to be a Good Morning LaLaLand.